The glass jar was already falling when Brielle Lawson moved. 1 second, an old woman stood beside a fruit stand with both hands around a small basket. The next, a young woman in a white dress knocked the basket aside with her handbag. The jar flew toward the floor, and the old woman lost her balance. Brielle caught the jar with one hand and the woman with the other. People gasped. The jar stopped inches above the hard floor. The woman's cane rolled away, but Brielle held her steady against her strong shoulder. Brielle looked as if she could lift a car, but she never used her strength to frighten people. She worked at a small fitness center near the market, and she often helped older people carry their bags before opening the gym. Her arms were thick from years of hard work, but her voice was calm. "Easy, ma'am," Brielle said. "I have you." The woman looked up with tired eyes. "Thank you, my child." The lady in white stared at a tiny mark on her silver shoe and cried, "Look what she did!" Her name was Sloan Mercer. Everyone in Silvercrest Shopping Center knew her because she arrived with drivers, guards, and costly bags. 2 workers rushed to her side while the old woman still shook in Brielle's arms. Sloan pointed at the basket. "That dirty thing touched my shoe. This woman should not be allowed in here." The old woman stood straight. Her faded blue dress was clean, but one sleeve had been patched. "I am sorry," she said. "The walkway was crowded. I did not mean to touch you. Do you know how much these shoes cost?" Sloan snapped. Brielle picked up the cane and returned it. She already said it was an accident. Sloan looked Brielle over. Brielle wore black work trousers and a plain green shirt folded above her strong arms. "Who asked you?" Sloan demanded. "No one had to ask me." People raised their phones. Others stepped back as the store manager, Gavin Price, hurried over with a security guard. "What is happening?" Gavin asked. "This old woman attacked me," Sloan said. "And this woman is threatening me." "That is not what happened," Brielle replied. "I saw enough," Gavin said. He faced the old woman and pointed toward the exit. "You need to leave." "But I have not bought my medicine," she said. "The pharmacy is upstairs." "You should have thought about that before causing a scene." "She did not cause it," Brielle said. The security guard, Hector Dean, grabbed the old woman's arm. "Come on, madam." She pulled back. "Please do not drag me. My shoulder is weak." Hector tightened his grip. Brielle placed her hand around his wrist. She did not squeeze hard, but he could not move. "She said her shoulder is weak," Brielle told him. "Take your hand off me," Hector warned. "Take your hand off her first." For a moment, nobody spoke. Music from a nearby shop kept playing, but every eye was fixed on them. Hector tried to pull free. Brielle did not move. Gavin pointed at her. "You are interfering with security." "No, I am stopping a man from hurting an old woman." Sloan laughed. "You think your muscles make you important?" Brielle released Hector after he freed the woman. "No," Brielle said. "Doing the right thing is important." Sloan stepped closer until her face was only a few inches away from Brielle's. "You have no idea who you are speaking to, and you have no idea who she is," Brielle answered. "That did not stop you from treating her badly." The old woman stared at Brielle. She no longer looked afraid. She looked surprised. Sloan turned to Gavin. "Call the police. Remove both of them." Gavin reached for his phone, but a man in the crowd spoke. "I recorded everything." A second person lifted her phone. "So did I." Another voice came from behind the fruit stand. The old woman did nothing. Gavin stopped. Sloan looked around and saw more phones raised. "Put those phones down," she shouted. No one obeyed. Brielle bent down and gathered the old woman's things. There was bread, water, a folded paper, and a purse with a broken strap. She carefully placed them in the basket and handed it over. Sloan opened her handbag, pulled out several notes, and threw them at Brielle's feet. "Take that and disappear before you make your life worse." The money spread across the floor. Brielle looked down, then raised her eyes towards Sloan. "You cannot buy silence after showing everyone who you are." Sloan's face became hard. "Pick it up." "You dropped it." "You pick it up." A quiet laugh moved through the crowd. Sloane heard it, and her hands began to shake. Gavin leaned toward Brielle and lowered his voice. "Leave now, and I will forget this happened. You watched an old woman get pushed, blamed her, and told a guard to drag her away," Brielle said. "You should not forget it." The old woman touched Brielle's arm. "My child, let us go. I do not want you to lose your job because of me. My job is not worth more than your safety. You do not even know me. I do not need to know you to know this is wrong." The woman's lips trembled, but she held back her tears. Brielle offered her arm. "Can you walk?" "Slowly. Then we will walk slowly." They turned toward the exit. The crowd opened a path for them. Hector did not try to stop them. Gavin stared at the floor. Sloane stood among the scattered money, breathing hard while several phones followed her every move. At the glass doors, the old woman stopped. "What is your name?" she asked. "Brielle Lawson." The woman nodded as if she was placing the name somewhere safe. "I am Mabel Davenport." Brielle smiled. "It is good to meet you, Mrs. Davenport. I wish it had happened on a better day." Mabel held Brielle's arm more tightly. Perhaps this was the better day. Brielle did not understand what she meant. She simply opened the heavy door and helped Mabel outside, unaware that the woman beside her was the mother of Roman Davenport, the richest man in the country. Brielle held the glass door open while Mabel stepped outside. The afternoon sun was hot, and cars moved slowly through the busy road in front of Silvercrest Shopping Center. Mabel leaned heavily on her cane. Her basket hung from one hand, and Brielle could see that her fingers were still shaking. "Let me carry that," Brielle said. Mabel held the basket closer. "You have already done too much for me. I caught one jar and argued with a rude woman. I still have strength left." Mabel gave a small smile, but it quickly disappeared when she tried to take another step. Her face tightened with pain. Brielle noticed at once. "Your shoulder." "My shoulder and my knee," Mabel admitted. "They trouble me when I stand for too long." "Then you should not be walking alone." "I have been walking alone for many years." "That does not mean you should do it today." Mabel studied her face. "Do you always speak this firmly?" "Only when people refuse help they clearly need." A soft laugh escaped Mabel's mouth. Brielle took the basket before she could argue again. She placed it over one strong arm and offered the other to Mabel. "Where is your car?" Brielle asked. "I did not bring one." "Did someone drop you here?" "No." "Then how did you come?" "By bus." Brielle looked back at the shopping center. The nearest bus stop was across the wide road, and several people were already standing there under the burning sun. "You are not getting on a crowded bus with a weak shoulder." Mabel raised an eyebrow. "And how do you plan to stop me?" "I will walk you home. My house is not near." "How far?" "About 20 minutes. "That is near enough." Mabel shook her head. "You do not even know where I live. You can tell me while we walk." Brielle guided her away from the shopping center. Behind them, some people were still watching from the glass doors. A few had their phones raised. Brielle did not look back. After several steps, Mabel spoke again. "That woman inside was right about one thing." Brielle frowned. "What thing?" "She is powerful." So powerful people do not enjoy being embarrassed." "You did not embarrass her. She embarrassed herself." "She may still come after you." Brielle looked at Mabel. "Are you asking me if I regret helping you?" "Yes." "No." You answered very fast. "Because the answer is simple." Mabel's eyes became serious. "What if you lose your job?" "Then I will find another one." "What if they lie about you?" "Then I will tell the truth." "What if nobody believes you?" Brielle slowed down so Mabel could step over a crack in the road. "I will still know what happened." Mabel stared ahead, but Brielle saw her blink several times. They crossed the road carefully and entered a quieter street. The large shops disappeared behind them. Small houses stood close together. Children played with a flat football near a wall. A woman sold oranges beneath a faded umbrella. Mabel pointed ahead with her cane. "My house is past the old water tank." Brielle looked at the road. You walk this distance every time you need medicine? Most times. Why not ask your family? Mabel went silent. Brielle immediately softened her voice. You do not have to answer. My son is busy, Mabel said after a while. Busy people can still call their mothers. He calls. Then he should know you are walking alone with a weak knee. He worries too much. That sounds better than not worrying at all. Mabel smiled. You sound like him. Then he must be sensible. He can be when he is not being stubborn. Brielle laughed. Now you sound like every mother in the world. They reached the old water tank, and Mabel turned toward a narrow road lined with low walls. At the end stood a small house behind a rusted gate. Brielle stopped. This is your house? Yes. The gate leaned to one side. One hinge had pulled away from the wall, and a rope held the two metal doors together. Brielle looked at Mabel. How long has the gate been like this? Only a few weeks. The rope was dirty and worn. Brielle touched it and watched part of it fall apart in her hand. A few weeks, perhaps 2 months. Mrs. Davenport, do not use that voice with me. What voice? The voice people use when they are about to scold an old woman. I am not scolding you. You are thinking about it. Brielle sighed and opened the gate carefully. It scraped loudly against the ground. Inside the yard, several flower pots sat near the wall. Some flowers had dried, but others were still bright. A wooden chair stood beneath a mango tree. The house was small, with cream walls and green windows. It looked clean but old. Mabel reached the door and searched inside her purse. Brielle saw the broken strap again. Your purse is damaged too. It still carries things. That is not the point. It is exactly the point of a purse. Brielle smiled despite herself. You really do not like accepting help. And you really do not like minding your own business. My business today is making sure you are all right. Mabel finally found her key and opened the door. The living room was simple. There was a brown sofa, a small table, an old television, and several framed photographs. Brielle noticed one picture of Mabel standing beside a tall young man in a dark suit. His face was calm, but his eyes looked sharp. That is your son? Brielle asked. Mabel followed her eyes. Yes, Roman. He looks serious. He was angry that day. What happened? I refused to attend a large dinner. Why? Too many proud people in one room. Brielle laughed. You may have made the right choice. Mabel sat on the sofa and rubbed her shoulder. Brielle placed the basket on the table. Do you have pain medicine? In the kitchen cupboard. Brielle went into the kitchen, found a glass, and filled it with water. She returned with the medicine and waited until Mabel swallowed it. Have you eaten? Brielle asked. I had tea in the morning. It is almost evening. I was going to buy something. You bought bread. That is something. Bread alone is not dinner. Mabel pointed at the kitchen. There are eggs. Brielle walked back inside and opened the small fridge. There were 3 eggs, half an onion, 2 tomatoes, and a little butter. You were planning to cook with this? I have made meals with less. Brielle rolled up her sleeves. Sit down. I will make something. No. Brielle turned. No. You have walked me home. You carried my basket. You gave me medicine. You are not cooking too. I am. You have a job to return to. My shift ended before I entered the shopping center. A family waiting for you? No. A husband? No. Children? No. Mabel narrowed her eyes. Then someone must be worried about where you are. My landlord may be worried that I am late with rent. Mabel's smile faded. You are having money problems? Brielle picked up the onion. Many people are. And you still refused the money that woman threw down. She was not helping me. She was trying to own my silence. Mabel watched her for a long moment. You understand people very well. I understand disrespect. Brielle cut the tomatoes and onion, beat the eggs, and placed a pan on the small cooker. Soon, the smell filled the room. While the food cooked, Brielle looked through the kitchen window at the broken gate. Do you have tools? There is an old box near the back door. Brielle found a hammer, a wrench, a few screws, and a piece of thick wire. After serving the eggs with bread, she carried the tools outside. Mabel followed slowly. "What are you doing now?" "Fixing the gate. You cannot cook and repair things in the same visit." "Who made that rule?" "I did." "Then I am breaking it." Brielle lifted the heavy metal door with one arm and pushed the loose hinge back into place. Mabel's eyes widened. "You are very strong." "I work with weights every day. Men must be afraid of you. The foolish ones are." Mabel laughed so loudly that a woman in the next yard looked over the wall. Brielle tightened the hinge, replaced the weak rope with wire, and tested the gate several times. It no longer dragged on the ground. "There," Brielle said. "It should hold until someone repairs it properly." Mabel touched the gate as if Brielle had built a new house. "You did not have to do this." "You keep saying that. Because you keep doing things you do not have to do." Brielle gathered the tools. Maybe people should do more things they do not have to do. If you're enjoying this video so far, please consider subscribing to my small channel. My wife promised to make me a chocolate chip cookie if I hit 100,000 subscribers before the end of 2026. So it would mean the world to me. That's it, and thanks for listening this far. Now let's continue. They returned inside and ate together at the small table. Mabel spoke about the flowers in her yard and the children who sometimes came to pick mangoes. Brielle told her about the fitness center and how she trained older women for free every Saturday morning. When the plates were empty, Brielle washed them. Mabel stood at the kitchen door. "Do you never rest?" "I rest when the work is done." "Your parents raised you well." Brielle's hands slowed beneath the water. "My mother did." "Is she still alive?" "No. She died 6 years ago." "I am sorry. She taught me not to walk past people who need help." Mabel's eyes lowered. "She must have been a good woman." "She was." Brielle dried her hands and picked up her bag. "I should go before it gets dark." Mabel walked her to the door. "Will I see you again?" Brielle smiled. "You have my name. The fitness center is near the market. Come on Saturday, and I will show you exercises for your knee." "You want an old woman lifting weights?" "Small ones." "I may surprise you." "I hope you do." Mabel held Brielle's hand between both of hers. "Thank you for seeing me today." Brielle looked confused. "Of course I saw you." "No," Mabel said quietly. "Many people looked at me. You were the only person who saw me." Brielle squeezed her hand gently, then stepped through the repaired gate. Mabel remained there until Brielle disappeared at the end of the road. Only then did she go back inside. She closed the door, walked to the table, and picked up her old phone. Her fingers paused over the screen before she pressed one saved number. The call was answered after the first ring. "Mother?" a deep voice said. "Is everything all right?" Mabel looked toward the gate Brielle had fixed. "No, Roman," she said. "Something happened today." His voice changed at once. "Are you hurt?" "I am safe now." "Who touched you?" "Listen to me before you become angry." There was a brief silence. "I am listening." Mabel sat down and held the phone closer. "I met a woman today," she said. "Her name is Brielle Lawson, and I believe you need to hear everything she did." Roman Davenport stood at the head of a long table on the top floor of the tallest building in the city. 12 business leaders sat around him, waiting for him to approve a deal worth more money than most people could imagine. A large screen behind him showed maps, numbers, and plans for a new hotel. Roman had been speaking when his private phone rang. Only one person had that number: his mother. The moment he heard the fear hiding in her voice, the meeting stopped mattering. "Tell me where you are," Roman said. "I am at home." "Are you alone?" "Yes, but I am safe." "You said something happened." "What happened?" Mabel took a slow breath. "I went to Silver Crest Shopping Center to buy medicine." Roman's eyes moved toward one of the men at the table. Silver Crest belonged to him. "What happened there?" he asked. "A young woman knocked my basket from my hand. I lost my balance." Roman's grip tightened around the phone. "Did you fall?" "No. Brielle caught me." "Who knocked your basket?" "Her name was Sloane Mercer." Roman knew the name. Sloane's father owned a large building company. Roman had met the family at several business dinners, but he had never liked the way they spoke to workers. What did Sloane do after that? Roman asked. She blamed me. She said I should not be allowed inside because of how I was dressed. The room around Roman became silent. One of the business leaders tried to speak. Mr. Davenport, should we continue with the... Roman raised one finger without looking at him. The man stopped at once. What did the staff do? Roman asked his mother. The manager believed her without asking questions. Then a security guard grabbed my arm. Roman's face changed. He grabbed you? My weak shoulder. Roman pushed his chair back so hard that it struck the glass wall behind him. Everyone at the table jumped. What is the guard's name? Roman asked. Hector Dean. And the manager? Gavin Price. Roman turned toward his assistant, Cedric Hale, who stood near the door with a tablet in his hand. Find them, Roman ordered. Cedric did not ask who he meant. He had heard enough. Yes, sir. Mabel's voice became firm through the phone. Roman, stop. I have not started. That is why I am telling you to stop now. A man put his hands on you, and Brielle made him let go. A manager ordered you out of a building I own. And Brielle stood beside me when everyone else moved away. Roman walked toward the window. Far below, cars looked like tiny moving dots. Mother, I am coming. You are in a meeting. The meeting is over. One of the men at the table looked shocked. Mr. Davenport, the foreign group flew in this morning. They are waiting for your final answer. Roman covered the phone for a moment and faced the room. My mother was attacked inside one of my buildings. There is no deal important enough to keep me sitting here. Nobody argued. Roman returned the phone to his ear. I will be there soon, he said. Come calmly. I am calm. No, you are speaking quietly. That is not the same thing. Roman looked down at his closed fist. I will speak to you when I arrive. He ended the call, picked up his jacket, and headed for the door. Cedric followed him. Sir, I have already asked the center office to send the security records, Cedric said. There are also videos online. How many? Several. The first one was posted less than an hour ago. Show me. Cedric held out his tablet as they entered the private lift. The video began with Mabel's basket flying through the air. Roman watched Brielle catch both the jar and his mother. He saw Sloane shouting. He watched Gavin point toward the exit. Then Hector grabbed Mabel's arm. Roman's jaw became tight. When Brielle took hold of the guard's wrist, Cedric glanced at Roman. She stopped him with one hand, Cedric said. Roman did not answer. The video continued. Sloane threw money at Brielle's feet. Brielle refused it, then helped Mabel leave. Cedric paused the video. Do you want the manager and guard removed now? Yes. Mabel's warning returned to Roman's mind. Come calmly. He looked at Cedric. No. Wait. Cedric seemed surprised. Roman almost never changed an order once he gave it. Wait for what, sir? I need the full video first. Not clips. Not words from strangers. Every camera angle. You already saw enough. I saw enough to become angry. I want enough to act correctly. The lift doors opened into the private garage. A black car waited with the engine running. Roman entered the back seat while Cedric sat in front. Find everything about Brielle Lawson, Roman said. Cedric turned slightly. Her job? Address? Family? Bank records? Roman looked at him sharply. Only what can be found without entering her private life. Cedric nodded. Understood. I want to know where she works and whether she has any history of violence. You think she may be dangerous? I think anyone who stands between a guard and my mother without knowing who my mother is deserves to be understood. The car moved out of the garage. As they crossed the city, Cedric read the first details from his tablet. Brielle works at a small fitness center near East Market. She trains adults during the week and holds free exercise classes for older women on Saturdays. Roman looked out of the window. Anything else? She once worked at a warehouse. She left after reporting unsafe machines. Was she fired? The official record says she resigned. And the truth? I am still checking. Roman leaned back. The video played again in his mind. He remembered how Brielle had looked at Sloane while the money lay on the floor. There had been no fear in her face and no hunger in her eyes. That interested him. Many people acted brave when powerful people were watching. Brielle had not known anyone important was watching. She had believed Mabel was simply an old woman with a broken purse and a weak shoulder. The car stopped outside Mabel's small house 20 minutes later. Roman stared at the rusted gate. "It has been repaired," Cedric said. "My mother said Brielle fixed it." Roman stepped from the car. He was tall, broad-shouldered, and dressed in a dark suit that had been made only for him. 2 security vehicles waited at the end of the street, but Roman had ordered the guards not to follow him into the yard. He pushed the gate. It opened without scraping. Mabel stood in the doorway with her arms folded. "You brought half the city with you," she said. "I brought 1 car. And the other cars at the end of the street?" Roman looked back. "They are not close. They are close enough to frighten my neighbors." Roman walked toward her and took both her hands. "Let me see your shoulder." "I am fine, Mother." She sighed and turned slightly. A dark mark had already begun to form near her upper arm. Roman's eyes hardened. "That guard will never work again." Mabel pulled her arm away. "Sit down." "Mother." "Sit." Roman obeyed, though he did not look pleased. Mabel took the chair across from him. "You want to punish everyone." "Yes. At least you are honest. The manager should be removed. The guard should be arrested. Sloane should be banned from every building I own. And what about the workers who stood silent? They should answer for that too." Mabel shook her head. "You cannot destroy everyone because you are angry. They watched you being hurt. Some were afraid of losing their jobs. That does not make it right." "No, but fear makes people weak. Weak people can learn. Cruel people must be stopped. You need to know the difference." Roman leaned forward. "If Brielle had not been there, you might have fallen. But she was there. That does not excuse what happened. I did not ask you to excuse it. I asked you to think." Roman stood and walked toward the window. "All my life, people have treated you with respect because they know you are my mother. The one day you go out looking like an ordinary old woman, this happens." Mabel's voice became quiet. "That is why I sometimes dress plainly." Roman turned. "You wanted people to think you were poor? I wanted to know how they treated someone they believed could do nothing for them. And now you know." "Yes, that could have ended badly." "It did not. Because of Brielle." Mabel smiled. "Now you understand why I called." Roman looked at the repaired gate through the window. "What does she want?" "Nothing. Everyone wants something. She did not ask for money. She refused money when Sloane threw it at her. She walked me home, cooked for me, fixed my gate, and left without even asking who my family was." Roman said nothing. Mabel watched him carefully. "She deserves help," she continued. "But you must be careful." "Careful about what?" "Do not turn her kindness into a business deal. I can give her anything she needs." "That is the problem." Roman frowned. "If she is struggling, why would help be a problem?" "Because some people give help in a way that makes the other person feel small. Brielle has pride, but it is not foolish pride. She wants to stand on her own feet. So I should do nothing? I did not say that." "Then tell me what you want." "I want you to meet her." Roman looked down at his expensive suit. "As Roman Davenport?" "No." His eyes narrowed. "You want me to lie?" "I want you to keep quiet until you know her." "That is still hiding the truth." "For one meeting, not forever." Roman walked back to the chair. "What exactly did you tell her about me?" "That my son is busy and stubborn." "You left out a few details." "They were not needed." Roman almost smiled. Mabel leaned closer. "Meet her as my son. Not as the richest man in the country. No long cars. No guards standing behind you. No expensive gifts. What am I supposed to wear?" "Clothes." Roman gave her a tired look. Simple clothes, Mabel added. You must own at least one shirt that does not look more costly than this house. I am not certain. Then buy one. Roman looked toward Cedric, who stood quietly near the doorway. Cedric lowered his eyes to hide a smile. Roman pointed at him. Do not laugh. I did not, sir. You were about to. Yes, sir. Mabel smiled for the first time since Roman arrived. Roman took a deep breath. All right, I will meet her without telling her who I am. And you will not offer her money. Not during the first meeting. Roman. Fine. I will not offer her money. You will listen before you decide how to help. Roman nodded slowly. I will listen. Mabel reached over and touched his hand. That is all I am asking. Roman looked at the small meal Brielle had left covered on the kitchen table. Then he looked again at the gate she had repaired. Where can I find her? He asked. At the fitness center near East Market. When? She teaches older women on Saturday mornings. Mabel studied his face. You are truly going? Yes. In simple clothes? Yes. Without guards. Roman paused. They can remain far away. Very far. Roman rose and buttoned his jacket. Saturday morning, then. Mabel smiled. Roman had entered the house ready to punish everyone who had failed his mother. He left with a different plan. Before anyone learned that he was Roman Davenport, he would meet Brielle Lawson as nothing more than the stubborn son of the old woman she had chosen to protect. By the time Roman left Mabel's house, Sloane Mercer had already decided that Brielle Lawson would pay. Sloane sat inside the back seat of her car outside Silver Crest Shopping Center. Her driver kept his eyes on the road while she watched the video on her phone again. The clip showed Brielle standing over the security guard. It showed her strong hand holding his wrist. It showed people laughing while Sloane stood beside the money on the floor. The full video made the truth clear, but Sloane did not care about the truth. She cared about the comments beneath it. You were cruel to that old woman. That strong lady did the right thing. Someone should tell Sloane that money cannot buy respect. Sloane threw the phone onto the seat. Turn the car around, she ordered. Her driver looked at her through the mirror. Back to the shopping center? Now. The car returned to the private entrance. Gavin Price was waiting inside his office when Sloane entered. His tie was loose, and sweat covered his forehead. He closed the door behind her. This is becoming a serious problem, Gavin said. It became a problem because you stood there looking weak. I tried to remove them. You failed. There were too many cameras. Sloane moved closer to his desk. You told me the security cameras were under your control. They are, but people also recorded with their phones. Then we cannot control every video. No, but we can control the one people see most. Gavin stared at her. What are you saying? Sloane picked up his laptop and placed it in front of him. Take the center video. Cut out the beginning. The beginning shows you pushing the basket. I know what it shows. Gavin swallowed. You want me to remove that part? I want the video to begin when the guard is holding the old woman's arm. That will still make him look bad. Then remove that too. Start when Brielle grabs him. Gavin leaned back slowly. That would make it look like she attacked him. Exactly. He shook his head. If the full video comes out, everyone will know. Sloane bent forward and placed both hands on his desk. Everyone already knows you ordered an old woman out of this building. Do you think Roman Davenport will keep you here after he sees that? Gavin's face lost its color. Mr. Davenport does not watch small online videos. This one is not small anymore. He may not know. He owns this shopping center. Someone will tell him. Gavin stood. What do you want from me? I want the story changed before he hears it. And if I refuse? Sloane smiled without warmth. My father's company has 4 large contracts connected to this center. I will tell him you insulted me and allowed a violent woman to attack your guard. That is not what happened. Truth did not matter when you blamed the old woman. Did it? Gavin looked down. Sloane walked around the desk and stood beside him. You chose my side because you believed I had power. Do not pretend to be honest now. Gavin remained silent. Edit the video, she said. Send it to every local news page. Tell them Brielle entered the center looking for trouble. What about the old woman? Say she was confused and Brielle used her. That sounds cruel. Sloane's eyes became cold. You should have thought about cruelty before you became part of this. Gavin looked at the laptop again. His fingers shook as he opened the video file. Sloane watched him work. The next morning, Brielle woke to the sound of her phone ringing. She sat up on the edge of her bed and looked at the screen. The caller was Warren Cole, the owner of the fitness center where she worked. She answered quickly. "Good morning, sir." "It is not a good morning," Warren said. Brielle stood and walked toward the small window. "What happened? You tell me. I do not understand." "There is a video of you attacking a security guard." Brielle closed her eyes. "I did not attack him. The video shows your hand around his wrist. He was hurting an old woman. That part is not in the video." Then the video was cut. Warren gave a tired sigh. "Brielle, people are calling the gym. Let them call. I can explain what happened. One member has already canceled. 2 others say they do not feel safe training near you. They have known me for years. Fear moves faster than facts." Brielle gripped the phone. "Have you seen the full video?" "No." "Then do not judge me using a lie." "I am not judging you. You called me before asking for the truth. I am trying to protect the business. And I am trying to protect my name." There was silence on the line. Then Warren spoke more softly. "Come to the gym. We need to talk face to face." Brielle dressed quickly and left her apartment. As she walked toward East Market, she noticed people looking at her. A woman near a bus stop whispered to her friend. A young man lifted his phone and compared her face to the screen. Brielle kept walking. When she reached the fitness center, 3 workers were standing near the front desk. They stopped talking as soon as she entered. Warren came out of his office. He was a heavy man in his late 50s. Brielle had worked for him for 4 years. She had helped repair broken machines, cleaned the gym when workers failed to arrive, and trained members when other coaches called in sick. Warren pointed toward his office. Inside, Brielle followed him. He closed the door and turned his computer screen toward her. The edited video began with Hector reaching toward Mabel. Then it jumped forward. Brielle grabbed his wrist, and Sloane shouted that she was being threatened. The video stopped before anyone in the crowd spoke up. Above it was a headline: "Muscular gym worker attacks security officer inside shopping center." Brielle stared at the screen. "They removed everything that happened first." Warren nodded. "That is what you say." Brielle turned toward him. "You know me." "I do." "Then why did you say it like that?" "Because I was not there." "Do you think I woke up and decided to attack a guard?" "No." "Do you think I enjoy frightening people?" "No." "Then what do you believe?" Warren rubbed his face. "I believe something happened. I also believe the gym may not survive this." Brielle stepped back. "So that is why you called me here. I need you to stay away for a few days." "A few days? Until things become quiet. And if they do not?" Warren did not answer. Brielle understood. "You want to fire me." "I did not say that. You want me gone. But you do not want to say the words. Please do not make this harder." Brielle laughed once, but there was no joy in it. "Harder for whom?" "For both of us. I am the one losing my job." Warren lowered his voice. "You know this place is struggling. We are late on rent. We cannot lose members. I brought many of those members here. I know. I trained older women for free every Saturday. I know. I stayed when you could not pay everyone on time." Warren looked away. "I know, Brielle. Then stand beside me. I have workers to pay. And I have rent to pay. I am sorry." Brielle stared at him for several seconds. "You are not sorry enough to believe me. I believe you may have had a reason." "A reason for what?" "For holding the guard. I stopped him from hurting her." "The video does not show that. The video is a lie. But it is the video people are sharing." Brielle's voice became firm. So the lie wins because more people saw it? Warren hit the desk with his open hand. This is not about winning. This is about keeping the doors open. No, this is about fear. You do not understand what I am carrying. And you do not understand what it feels like to have your name destroyed. Warren sat down. There is one thing you can do. Brielle waited. Make a short video. Say you became angry. Say you misunderstood what the guard was doing. Apologize to the shopping center. Brielle's eyes widened. You want me to lie? I want you to end this. By calling myself violent? By calming people down. And what happens to the old woman? This is not about her anymore. That is the problem. Warren shook his head. Brielle, listen to me. You cannot fight rich people with truth alone. I am not fighting rich people. I am refusing to lie. If you refuse, I cannot keep you here. Brielle stood still. Say it clearly. Warren looked at her. What? Say that I am fired. He opened his mouth, but no words came. Brielle waited. At last he spoke. You are fired. The words sat between them. Brielle nodded slowly. Thank you for finally telling the truth. She opened the office door and walked toward the staff room. The other workers moved aside as she collected her bag. One of them, a young trainer named Felix Grant, followed her. Brielle, I am sorry. Did you watch the full video? No, I could not find it. I was protecting an old woman. I believe you. Then say it where people can hear you. Felix looked toward Warren's office. I have a family. I cannot lose this job. Brielle lifted her bag onto her shoulder. That is what everyone keeps saying before they become silent. I am not against you. Silence always stands beside someone. Felix lowered his eyes. Brielle walked toward the entrance. Outside, two women were waiting with their phones raised. One stepped forward. Are you the woman from the video? Brielle kept walking. Did you attack that guard? She stopped. People gathered near the market stalls. Some stared at her strong arms. Others watched her face, waiting for anger. Brielle turned toward the phones. No, she said. I stopped him from hurting an old woman. A man shouted, the video shows you grabbing him. The video was cut. Do you regret what you did? Brielle looked directly into the nearest camera. She thought of Mabel's shaking hands. She remembered Hector tightening his grip on her weak shoulder. She remembered how everyone had watched until Brielle stepped forward. Then she answered, I regret that more people did not help her. I regret that money made grown adults afraid to speak. I regret that a lie may cost me my job. But I do not regret protecting her. The crowd became quiet. Brielle turned away and continued down the road with her bag over one shoulder. She had no job, little money, and no idea what Sloan would do next. But even with every step becoming harder, Brielle still knew one thing. If the same moment happened again, she would stand between Mabel and that guard without thinking twice. Brielle kept walking until the market noise faded behind her. Her bag felt heavier than it had when she entered the fitness center. Inside it were 2 shirts, a pair of training shoes, a water bottle, and the small notebook where she kept exercise plans for her students. 4 years of work had been placed inside one bag. She reached a quiet corner and sat on a low wall. Her phone had not stopped ringing. Some calls came from unknown numbers. Others came from people she knew. She ignored most of them. Then she saw Mabel's name. Brielle answered, Mrs. Davenport? My child, where are you? Brielle looked at the road. Near East Market. I saw the new video. Brielle closed her eyes. Which one? The one where you spoke outside the gym. News moves fast. Did they truly fire you? Brielle did not answer at once. Mabel's voice became softer. Brielle. Yes. Why did you not call me? What would I have said? You could have told me you were in trouble because of what happened. You did not cause this. If you had not helped me, you would still have your job. If I had not helped you, I would not deserve the job. Mabel became silent. Brielle could hear her breathing through the phone. Then Mabel said, Come to my house. I cannot. Why? Because you will try to feed me, give me money, and look at me with sad eyes. I can look at you with angry eyes instead." Brielle almost smiled. "I am all right. You have no job. I still have my arms, my legs, and my brain. Those do not pay rent by themselves. I will find something." Mabel sighed. "You are as stubborn as my son. You said that before." "He is coming to see you." Brielle sat straighter. "Who?" "My son. Roman." "Yes. Why?" "He wants to thank you." "That is not needed. I told him you would say that." "Then you should have told him not to come." "I also told him you would say that." Brielle rubbed her forehead. "Mrs. Davenport, I do not need thanks." "He is not bringing money." "That sounds like something you made him promise." "It was." Brielle looked toward the fitness center in the distance. "When is he coming?" "Saturday morning." "My class may not happen anymore." "It will happen. The gym owner fired me." "You told me the class is free." "It is, but we use the building." "Then teach outside." Brielle looked up. There was an empty field behind the market. She had used it once when the gym lost power. Mabel continued, "Those women come for you, not for the walls." Brielle slowly stood. "You may be right. I usually am. That is a dangerous belief. So is thinking muscles make you right." Brielle smiled. "Saturday morning, then? I will be there. You do not need to come." "I know." The call ended. For the next 2 days, Brielle searched for work. She visited 3 gyms, a warehouse, and a security company. Every place had seen the edited video. One manager watched her fill out a form before pushing it back across the desk. "We are not hiring," he said. A sign behind him read, "Trainers needed." Brielle looked at the sign, then at him. "You could have told me before I completed 3 pages. The position was filled." "When?" "This morning." "Then remove the sign." The man looked toward the door. "I think you should leave. You think I attacked that guard." "I did not say that." "You did not have to." She collected her papers and left. By Saturday morning, Brielle had received no job offer. Still, she woke early, tied back her hair, and wore her plain green training shirt. She carried several small weights to the empty field behind East Market. At first, she feared no one would come. Then an older woman named Helen arrived with a folded exercise mat beneath her arm. "I heard what happened," Helen said. Brielle placed the weights down. "You do not have to stay. I did not walk this far to leave." A second woman came, then a third. Within 15 minutes, 11 older women stood in the field. Felix also appeared, carrying a large bottle of water. Brielle looked at him. "What are you doing here?" "Helping. Warren may fire you." "He already threatened to." "Then go back." Felix shook his head. "You told me silence always stands beside someone." "I did not sleep well after that." Brielle studied him. "Are you sure?" "No," he admitted. "But I am here." Brielle handed him 2 mats. "Put those near the tree." As the class began, a man stood across the road watching. Roman Davenport wore faded brown trousers, a simple blue shirt, and old walking shoes Cedric had bought from a small shop. Roman had argued about the shoes for 10 minutes. "They are uncomfortable," he had said. Cedric had answered, "That is because they cost less than your breakfast." Roman had left his car 3 streets away. 2 guards stayed out of sight, though he knew they were nearby. He looked nothing like the man from the framed photograph inside Mabel's house. Without his dark suit, watch, and careful business clothes, he appeared like an ordinary office worker. Mabel stood beside him. "You are staring," she said. "I am watching." "You are staring seriously." "That is how I watch." "You will frighten people." Roman looked at the field. Brielle was showing the women how to raise their arms without hurting their shoulders. "Lift only this high," Brielle said. "Pain is not a sign that you are doing well. If it hurts, stop." One woman tried to lift a small weight and nearly dropped it. Brielle caught it quickly. "Easy, Helen. I used to carry bags of rice," Helen complained. "When?" 30 years ago. Your arms remember. Your knees do not." The women laughed. Roman looked at Mabel. She speaks to them like family. She treats them like people. That should be normal. It should be. Mabel stepped into the field. Brielle noticed her and smiled. You came. I said I would. Then Brielle saw Roman. He was taller than she expected. His face was calm, but his eyes moved over everything as if he was searching for danger. Mabel waved him forward. This is my son. Roman walked toward them. Brielle held out her hand. Roman. He shook it. Brielle. His grip was firm, but hers was stronger than he expected. Thank you for helping my mother, he said. You are welcome. I heard you also walked her home, cooked for her, and repaired the gate. Brielle looked at Mabel. You told him everything? I left out the part where you argued with me. You argued first. Roman almost smiled. My mother said you refused money. I refused money thrown at me. That is different from refusing help. Brielle's eyes narrowed slightly. Are you here to offer help? Roman remembered his promise. No. Mabel cleared her throat. Roman looked at her. I am here to thank you, he corrected. Brielle nodded. Then thank you for coming. She turned back toward the group. You can join the class. Roman looked surprised. I came to watch. Watching does not help your body. Mabel smiled. She is right. Roman looked around at the older women. One of them pointed to an empty space. Stand there, young man. Roman removed his shoes and stepped onto the grass. Brielle handed him 2 small weights. He looked at them. These are very light. That is what proud people say before their shoulders start shaking. Several women laughed. Roman lifted the weights. For the first few movements, he found the exercise easy. Then Brielle told everyone to hold their arms still. After 30 seconds, Roman's shoulders began to burn. Brielle walked past him. Still very light? He kept his arms raised. Yes. Your face disagrees. Mabel laughed louder than anyone. After the class, the women gathered beneath the tree. Brielle handed out water from a large cooler. A small boy approached from the market. His shirt was torn, and he carried a heavy basket of vegetables. Brielle hurried toward him. Where is your mother? At her stall. Why are you carrying this alone? She hurt her hand. Brielle took the basket. Show me. Roman watched as she carried it toward the market. Mabel looked at him. You wanted to know who she is. Roman followed without answering. At the stall, a tired woman sat with cloth wrapped around her hand. Brielle placed the basket down. What happened? A crate fell, the woman said. Did you clean the cut? I have customers. That is not an answer. Brielle opened her bag and took out a small first aid box. Roman noticed that the box was old but full. Brielle cleaned the woman's hand while the woman complained. I cannot close the stall. I did not ask you to close it. I need the money. I said I am cleaning your hand, not stealing your tomatoes. The woman smiled through the pain. Roman watched Brielle tie a clean bandage around the cut. How much do I owe you? The woman asked. Nothing. At least take some vegetables. Brielle picked up 1 tomato. I will take this so you stop arguing. As they returned to the field, Roman spoke. Do you always carry medical supplies? At the gym, people get small injuries. You no longer work there. The injuries did not disappear because I lost my job. A group of children ran past them. One stopped near Brielle. Coach, are we still training this afternoon? Yes. Even without the gym? We have a field. What if it rains? Then we get wet. The boy grinned and ran away. Roman looked at her. You train children too? Only basic exercise. For free. Their parents cannot pay. How do you survive if you keep working without payment? Brielle's face changed. I charge people who can pay. And now I find another job. Roman chose his next words carefully. My mother said you are having money trouble. Brielle stopped walking. Your mother talks too much. She worries about you. She should worry about her shoulder. She does not separate the two. Brielle faced him. Listen, Roman. I helped your mother because she needed help. I did not do it so her son could study my life. I am not studying your life. You asked how I survive. Because I am trying to understand you. Why? Roman had answered harder questions in rooms full of powerful people. Yet he found himself choosing every word carefully now. Most people would have accepted Sloane's money. I am not most people. Most people would regret losing their job. I regret losing it, but not helping my mother. No, even now. Roman looked at the empty field, the old weights, and the women waiting beneath the tree. What if helping her costs you more? Brielle stepped closer. Then it costs me more. You say that easily. It is not easy. Her voice became quieter. My rent is due. I have little money left. Every place I visit has seen that false video. I am scared, Roman. But being scared does not change what happened. Roman did not speak. Brielle pointed toward Mabel. Your mother said the guard was hurting her. Everyone heard it. People stayed silent because Sloane looked rich. I stepped forward because someone had to. And if nobody ever learns the truth, I will still know I did not leave her alone. Roman looked at his mother. Mabel's face said nothing, but her eyes told him she had been right. Brielle walked back to the women and began collecting the exercise mats. Roman helped without being asked. For the next hour, he carried weights, moved benches, and filled cups with water. Nobody bowed to him. Nobody called him sir. Nobody knew that he could buy every building around the field. Brielle treated him like any other person. When he lifted the wrong box, she corrected him. When he stood in the way, she told him to move. When an old woman needed a chair, Brielle asked him to carry it. Roman obeyed every time. As the group left, Mabel walked ahead with Helen. Roman remained beside Brielle. You were different from what I expected, he said. What did you expect? Someone angry. I am angry. You hide it well. No, I just choose where to place it. Roman nodded slowly. Brielle picked up the final bag. Tell your mother I will visit her tomorrow. She will be happy. And tell her not to cook too much. She will ignore that. I know. Roman watched Brielle walk toward the market, carrying the weights alone. He had come hoping to learn whether her kindness had been an act. Instead, he had watched her help old women, children, and a hurt seller when she believed nobody important was watching. For the first time in many years, Roman Davenport met someone who did not care about his name because she did not know it. He decided to keep it that way a little longer. Roman watched Brielle disappear into the market with the bag of weights over her shoulder. He stayed beside the empty field until Mabel returned from speaking with Helen. Well, Mabel asked. Roman looked at the road where Brielle had gone. You were right. Mabel smiled. I know. She helps everyone. I told you that too. She also has no job, little money, and a false video following her everywhere. Mabel's smile faded. Roman continued. I can fix all of it today. No, Mother. You promised to listen before deciding how to help. I listened. For one morning. I saw enough. Mabel stepped closer. You saw a strong woman. Do not make the mistake of thinking strong people cannot be hurt by the way you help them. Roman folded his arms. What do you expect me to do? Stand there while she loses everything? I expect you to protect her without controlling her. That sounds impossible. It only sounds impossible because you are used to solving problems with money. Roman looked toward the market again. I will be careful. Mabel raised one finger. No lies. Roman did not answer. Roman, I heard you. That is not the same as agreeing. He gave her a tired look. I said I will be careful. The next afternoon, Brielle visited the old fitness center to collect a notebook she had forgotten. The front door was locked. A white paper had been taped to the glass. Building closed until further notice. Brielle pressed her face closer to the door. Inside, the lights were off. Exercise machines stood in the darkness. The front desk had been cleared, and several boxes were stacked near the wall. She knocked hard. Warren. No one answered. Brielle walked around the side of the building and found the back door open. Warren stood inside with two workers, carrying files from his office. "What is happening?" Brielle asked. Warren froze. "Brielle, why is the gym closed?" He placed the files in a box. "The building owner gave us notice." "What notice?" "We have 30 days to leave." Brielle stared at him. "You said the rent was late. You never said we were losing the building." "I did not know." "When did you find out?" "This morning." "Who owns the building?" "A company called North Stone Properties." "And why do they want us out?" "They are selling the land." Brielle looked around the gym. Children from the market trained there after school. Older women used the chairs near the windows. Workers came in before sunrise because they could not pay for costly fitness centers. "What happens to everyone?" she asked. Warren laughed bitterly. "What do you think happens? We find another building. With what money? We raise it." "Brielle, people are canceling because of that video. We can barely pay for electricity." Then we tell them the truth. "We have been telling them." "Not loudly enough." Warren picked up another stack of papers. "The truth does not pay rent." Brielle stepped in front of him. "Do not give up. I am tired. So am I. You lost one job. I am losing the business I built for 15 years. And those children are losing the only safe place they have after school." Warren's face tightened. "Do not put that on me." "I am not putting it on you. I am asking you to fight." "With what?" Brielle looked around. "With everyone who uses this place." Warren shook his head. "You still think people will stand beside you? Some will. And the rest? We do not need everyone." Warren studied her face. "You are truly serious?" "Yes." He sighed. "The owner wants 6 months of rent paid before he will even discuss a new agreement." "How much?" Warren told her. Brielle's mouth opened slightly. "That much. That is why I started packing." Brielle looked at the dark gym again. "We will raise it." Warren gave a sad smile. "You do not even have money for your own rent." "That does not mean I cannot ask for help." For the next 3 days, Brielle worked from morning until night. She made handwritten signs and placed them around East Market. "Save our community gym." She spoke to sellers, parents, bus drivers, shop owners, and former members. Some people gave small amounts. Helen gave money from an old purse. "This was for a new cooking pot," she said. Brielle tried to return it. "Keep it." "No," Helen said. "My old pot still works. My knees need that class more." The tomato seller with the injured hand gave Brielle a basket of food to sell. Felix gave part of his weekly pay. But many people turned away. At one shop, Brielle explained the problem to a man who owned 3 clothing stores. He listened until she finished, then pointed at his phone. "I saw the video. It was cut. That is what guilty people say. I have witnesses. You also have arms bigger than the guard's head." Brielle kept her voice calm. "I did not hurt him. I do not want trouble near my business. This gym keeps children away from trouble." The man opened his shop door. "I said no." Brielle stepped outside. By the end of the 3rd day, the money box was still almost empty. Roman watched from a car across the road. He had changed back into simple clothes, but Cedric sat beside him wearing a dark suit. "She has raised less than 5%, Cedric said. Roman's eyes remained on Brielle. She stood beneath a small shade, explaining the gym to another shop owner. The man shook his head and walked away. "Pay the building owner," Roman said. Cedric turned. "All of it. Buy the land. That will lead directly back to you. Use another company." Cedric hesitated. "Your mother said no lies." "I am not lying to Brielle. You are only hiding that you are buying the place she is fighting to save." Roman looked at him. "Do you have a better plan?" "Yes. Tell her who you are." Roman's face hardened. "She will think I came near her because I wanted praise. She may think worse when she learns you hid it." Roman looked away. "Buy the land." Cedric opened his tablet. "And then, tell the gym owner he has 1 year without rent. Through North Stone. No. Use the community branch. That branch is still yours. She will not know. Cedric did not move. Roman noticed. What? You asked me once to speak honestly when I believed you were making a mistake. I remember. I believe this is a mistake. Roman's jaw tightened. Save the gym. Cedric lowered his head. Yes, sir. The next morning, Warren called Brielle. His voice shook with excitement. Come to the gym. What happened? Just come. Brielle arrived 20 minutes later. The doors were open again. Warren stood inside with a letter in his hand. Felix and several older women were gathered near the front desk. We have been given 1 year, Warren said. Brielle stopped. 1 year for what? No rent. She stared at him. What? A company bought the land last night. They are allowing us to stay for 12 months without paying rent. The women began cheering. Helen hugged Brielle. You did it. Brielle did not move. I did not do this. Warren waved the letter. It says the new owner heard about our work in the community. Who is the owner? The name is Golden Bridge Community Trust. Brielle took the letter and read it. There was no name of a person, only a signature from a legal officer. She looked at Warren. Did you speak to them? No. Did they visit? No. Then how did they know about us? Warren smiled. Why does it matter? Because people do not buy land in one night and give away rent for no reason. Maybe your fundraising worked. We raised almost nothing. Helen touched her arm. Take the good news, child. Brielle wanted to celebrate, but something felt wrong. That afternoon, Roman arrived at the field carrying bottles of water. He smiled when he saw everyone moving the weights back toward the gym. I heard the center is staying open. Brielle turned slowly. Who told you? My mother. I have not told your mother yet. Roman stopped. Brielle placed a box on the ground. So I will ask again. Who told you? Roman tried to keep his voice calm. News moves quickly. That answer sounds weak. Felix looked between them. I should carry these inside, he said. The others followed him, leaving Brielle and Roman alone. Brielle stepped closer. Did you have something to do with this? Roman looked at the gym. Why would you think that? You asked many questions about the building. I asked how you would survive. You also asked what would happen if helping Mabel cost me more. That does not prove anything. No, but your face does. Roman met her eyes. What does my face say? That you know more than you are telling me. He gave a small laugh. You have known me for only a few days. And you have spent those days studying me. Roman's smile disappeared. I wanted to understand who helped my mother. And now I want to help you. Brielle's eyes narrowed. So you did it. I did not say that. You did not deny it. Roman looked toward the road. Brielle took another step. Who are you? I told you. I am Mabel's son. That is not enough. It is the truth. It is part of the truth. Roman remained silent. Brielle shook her head. I do not like games. This is not a game. Then speak clearly. Roman struggled for an answer that would not reveal everything. I knew someone connected to the company. Brielle stared at him. You knew someone? Yes. And you asked that person to buy the land? I asked them to look into the problem. Without telling me. You needed help. I needed honesty too. I was trying to protect the gym. By going behind my back? Roman's voice became firmer. If I had told you, you would have refused. That was my choice. And the children? Was it their choice to lose the gym because you did not want help? Brielle's face tightened. Do not use those children to silence me. I am not silencing you. You decided what was best for everyone and expected me to smile. The center is safe. For now. But I do not know what your friend wants later. They want nothing. You cannot promise that for another person. Roman opened his mouth, then stopped. He could promise it because the company belonged to him. Brielle saw the pause. There it is again, she said. What? That moment when you almost tell me something and then choose not to. Roman's voice became quiet. Some things are complicated. No, People make truth complicated when they are afraid of what it will change. He looked directly at her. What do you think it will change? I do not know because you will not tell me. Brielle picked up the box again. I am thankful the gym is still open. I am thankful the children have somewhere to go. But do not confuse thanks with trust. Roman stood still. Brielle. She stopped at the door. If you want to be my friend. Roman, stop hiding things from me. Then she carried the box inside. Roman remained alone in the yard. He had saved the center, but Brielle's words followed him more closely than any praise could have. Do not confuse thanks with trust. For the first time, Roman understood that revealing the truth later might not protect their friendship. It might be the very thing that destroyed it. Roman remained outside the gym long after Brielle carried the box inside. He wanted to follow her. He wanted to explain everything. But every answer led back to the truth he had hidden, and he was not ready to face the look she might give him when she learned who he was. Inside the gym, Brielle placed the box beside the wall. Felix watched her carefully. What happened out there? He asked. Nothing. That did not look like nothing. Brielle opened the box and began arranging small weights. Roman helped save the gym. Felix's eyes widened. How? He says he knows someone connected to the company that bought the land. That is good news. It should be. Felix leaned against the wall. But you do not trust him. I do not trust half-truths. Maybe he was trying to help without making you feel like you owed him. Brielle stopped moving. Then he should have said that. Would you have accepted? That is not the point. It may be his point. Brielle looked toward the open door. Roman was gone. She felt angry, but beneath the anger was something worse. She had started to like him. He listened when she spoke. He worked beside her without acting important. He treated Mabel with care. Now every kind thing he had done felt mixed with a secret. Before Brielle could answer Felix, a black car stopped outside the gym. A woman in a gray suit stepped out. She carried a white envelope and looked around as if the dusty street offended her. She entered the gym. Brielle Lawson? Brielle faced her. Yes. The woman held out the envelope. This is for you. From whom? Sloane Mercer. The room became quiet. Felix stepped closer. What does she want? The woman ignored him. Brielle did not take the envelope. You can tell Sloane I do not want anything from her. She asked me to give this directly to you. Then you have done your job. The woman placed it on the front desk. She hopes you will make the wise choice. Brielle's face hardened. What does that mean? You will understand when you read it. The woman turned and left. Felix stared at the envelope. Do not open it. Brielle picked it up. You just told me not to judge Roman without listening. Now you want me to ignore this? Sloane is not Roman. No, she is worse. Brielle opened the envelope. Inside was a thick invitation printed on gold paper. The Silver Crest Children's Charity Gala. Brielle read the note attached to it. Miss Lawson, the events at the shopping center became worse than they needed to be. I would like to end the anger between us in front of the people who witnessed it. Attend the charity gala on Friday evening. You will be given a chance to speak and I will do the same. Sloane Mercer. Felix took the note from her hand. This is a trap. Probably. Then do not go. If I refuse, she will tell everyone I was afraid. So let her. She has already used an edited video to destroy my name. And you think she will suddenly let you tell the truth in a room full of her friends? Brielle folded the invitation. I think she wants something. She wants to embarrass you. Then I should see how she plans to do it. Felix shook his head. That is a terrible reason to walk into a trap. Brielle looked at the children training near the back of the gym. If she keeps spreading lies, this place may never recover. People still believe I attacked that guard. You do not owe them a show. No, but I owe myself a chance to answer. That evening, Brielle visited Mabel. Mabel was watering the flowers near the repaired gate when Brielle arrived. You look troubled, Mabel said. Sloane invited me to a charity gala. Mabel stopped watering. She did what? She says she wants to end the anger. She is lying. You sound very sure. I have met people like her all my life. Proud people do not seek peace when they believe they can still win. Brielle handed her the invitation. Mabel read it twice. Do not go. Felix said the same thing. Then Felix has sense. Brielle sat beneath the mango tree. If I stay away, Sloane controls the story. She controls the room, the guests, and probably the people holding the cameras. That is why she needs me there. No, child. That is why she wants you there. Brielle looked at her. What would you do? At your age? Yes. I would go. Brielle raised an eyebrow. You just told me not to. I said what I would have done. I did not say it was wise. Brielle smiled. Mabel sat beside her. If you go, do not go alone. Will you come with me? Mabel looked toward the house. I have another matter to handle that evening. Brielle tried to hide her disappointment. Mabel noticed. I may still find a way to be near. You do not have to. I know. On Friday evening, Brielle stood outside the largest hotel in the city. The building shone with bright lights. Long cars stopped at the entrance. Wealthy guests stepped onto a red carpet wearing costly suits and dresses. Brielle wore a simple dark green dress Helen had helped her choose. It had no bright stones and no costly label, but it fit her strong body well. Felix stood beside her in an old black suit. We can still leave, he said. You have said that 6 times. I will say it 7. Brielle held out her arm. If you are afraid, wait outside. I am not afraid. Then stop shaking. I am not shaking. You are holding your invitation upside down. Felix turned it around quickly. They entered the hotel. People noticed Brielle at once. Some whispered. Others lifted their phones. She heard pieces of their words as she passed. That is the gym woman. She attacked a guard. Why was she invited? Brielle kept her head high. Inside the ballroom, round tables surrounded a raised stage. Large screens showed pictures of smiling children. A banner above the stage read, Building a Kinder Future. Brielle stared at the words. Felix followed her eyes. That banner is almost funny. It would be funny if children were not involved. Sloane stood near the stage in a silver dress. Gavin Price was beside her, along with several reporters. When Sloane saw Brielle, she smiled. You came. You invited me. I was not certain you would be brave enough. Brielle looked around the crowded hall. You wanted an audience. I wanted the truth. Sloane's smile widened. You will have your chance. When? After dinner. I am not here to eat. Then enjoy watching everyone else. Sloane walked away. Felix leaned close to Brielle. She is enjoying this too much. I know. The event began. Several speakers talked about helping poor children. Sloane's father promised a large gift. Guests clapped while cameras flashed. Brielle noticed that many workers stood along the wall without chairs, even though empty seats remained at several tables. A young server dropped a spoon. A guest shouted at him until his face became red. Brielle bent down, picked up the spoon, and handed it to him. Thank you, he whispered. Sloane watched from across the room. After dinner, she stepped onto the stage. We are here tonight to speak about kindness, Sloane began. But kindness is not always what it seems. The room became quiet. Brielle sat straighter. Sloane continued. A few days ago, a video spread online. It showed a woman using force against a security officer inside Silver Crest Shopping Center. The edited video appeared on the large screens. Guests turned toward Brielle. Felix whispered, She promised you could speak. She will let me speak after everyone has already judged me. Sloane pointed toward Brielle. That woman is here tonight. A spotlight moved across the room and stopped on Brielle. Sloane smiled. Please come to the stage. Brielle rose. Felix grabbed her hand. You do not have to do this. Yes, I do. She walked between the tables while guests watched. When she reached the stage, Sloane offered her a microphone. You wanted the truth, Sloane said. Tell everyone why you attacked that guard. I did not attack him. the crowd murmured. Sloane tilted her head. We all saw the video. You saw part of it. And the rest changes what your hand did? The rest shows him hurting an old woman. Gavin stepped onto the stage. That is not true. Brielle faced him. You were there. I was managing a dangerous situation. You ordered an injured woman out without asking what happened. Gavin looked toward the reporters. She was confused. She was not confused. Sloane stepped between them. Perhaps we should discuss why Brielle became so interested in that old woman. Brielle's eyes narrowed. What are you talking about? Sloane turned toward the crowd. The woman's name is Mabel Davenport. Several guests reacted at once. Whispers spread through the room. Sloane continued. And Mabel has a son. Brielle's chest tightened. Felix stared at the stage. Sloane looked directly at Brielle. A very wealthy son. Brielle held the microphone firmly. What does that have to do with anything? You walked Mabel home. You cooked for her. You repaired her gate. Then her son began visiting you. People began whispering louder. Sloane raised her voice. Soon after that, a mystery company bought the land beneath your gym and removed the rent. Brielle looked at Gavin, then back at Sloane. How do you know about the gym? I asked questions. You followed me. I discovered the truth. No, you built another lie. Sloane faced the guests. Brielle wants everyone to believe she is a hero, but perhaps she learned who Mabel was before she left the shopping center. That is not true. Perhaps she protected an old woman because she hoped the richest family in the country would reward her. Brielle's face went still. The crowd began talking openly now. Sloane stepped closer. Tell them, Brielle. How much did Roman promise you? Nothing. A job? No. A house? No. Did he buy the gym for you? Brielle's voice shook with anger. I did not know who he was. Sloane smiled. So you admit Roman Davenport has been meeting you? Brielle's heart pounded. Roman Davenport. The name echoed in her mind. She remembered Roman saying he knew someone connected to the company. She remembered every pause, every half answer, and every secret look. Sloane leaned near the microphone. You thought you had caught the richest man in the country, did you not? Brielle turned toward the crowd. I helped Mabel before I knew anything about her family. Sloane laughed. That is what you want us to believe. It is the truth. Then why is Roman hiding around you in cheap clothes? Brielle looked at her sharply. You knew. Everyone important knows Roman Davenport. The words struck Brielle harder than any insult. Roman had stood beside her, carried boxes, asked about her life, and listened while she said she hated hidden truth. He had known exactly what he was doing. Sloane looked pleased when she saw the pain on Brielle's face. Now we understand, she said. The brave poor woman saved an old lady, found a rich son, and suddenly received a free building. That is enough, Brielle said. No, this is the part everyone deserves to hear. You know nothing about me. I know you saw a chance and took it. Brielle stepped forward. I did not take money from you. I did not ask Roman for anything. I did not even know his last name. Sloane lifted one hand. Then prove it. Walk away from the gym. The room became silent. Brielle stared at her. Sloane continued. Return the gift. Refuse Roman's help. Show us that your kindness had no price. The gym is not only for me. Of course, there is always a reason to keep the money. Brielle looked around the room. Many guests avoided her eyes. Others watched with open doubt. The same thing had happened at the shopping center. Powerful people spoke, and frightened people accepted their words. Sloane reached for Brielle's microphone. Then the ballroom doors opened. A clear voice came from the back of the room. Do not touch her. Every head turned. Mabel Davenport stood in the doorway wearing a deep blue dress. Her cane rested in one hand, but her back was straight. Roman stood several steps behind her in a dark suit. Brielle saw him, but Mabel was the one who began walking forward. The guests rose as she passed. Sloane's smile disappeared. Mabel reached the stage and looked at the large screen showing the false video. Then she faced the crowd. "I was the old woman Brielle protected," she said. She climbed the stage slowly and moved to Brielle's side. Sloane tried to speak. "Mrs. Davenport, I was only—" Mabel raised one hand. "You have spoken enough." She took Brielle's hand and held it tightly in front of everyone. "This woman did not know my name, my family, or my son's wealth when she stood between me and harm," Mabel said. "She believed I was poor, weak, and alone." Her eyes moved across the silent room. "And she helped me anyway." Brielle looked at Roman, but he did not move closer. Mabel remained beside her, refusing to let go of her hand. For the first time that evening, Sloane had no answer. The proud guests who had whispered about Brielle now stared at Mabel in shock, while Roman stood at the edge of the room, knowing that the next truth Brielle demanded would have to come from him. Roman stood at the edge of the ballroom, knowing that the next truth Brielle demanded would have to come from him. Mabel still held Brielle's hand on the stage. Sloane stood a few feet away, but the proud smile had vanished from her face. Gavin looked toward the nearest door as if he was already planning his escape. Brielle stared at Roman. "You are Roman Davenport," she said. Her voice was not loud, but everyone heard it. Roman stepped forward. "Yes, the richest man in the country?" He stopped at the foot of the stage. "Yes." Brielle's hand slowly slipped from Mabel's. "And you stood beside me in old shoes while I told you I hated hidden truths." Roman looked down for a moment. "Yes." Sloane quickly grabbed her microphone. "There, everyone can see it now." Brielle was meeting Roman in secret. She received the gym after becoming close to his mother. Mabel turned sharply. "You are still speaking?" Sloane raised her chin. "I am protecting the truth." "No," Mabel said. "You are trying to bury it before it reaches you." Roman climbed onto the stage. Brielle moved away from him. "Do not come close," she said. Roman stopped at once. "I owe you an explanation. You owe everyone the full video first." Gavin stepped forward. "There is no other video." Roman looked at him. "Are you certain?" Gavin's lips moved, but no answer came. Roman turned toward the large screen. "Cedric." Cedric entered through the ballroom doors carrying a laptop. Two hotel workers followed him toward the control table. Sloane's eyes widened. "What is he doing?" Roman faced the guests. "The video shown tonight was edited." Gavin shook his head quickly. "That is not true." Roman looked at him. "I own Silver Crest Shopping Center. Every camera record from that day was sent to my office." A loud whisper spread through the hall. Sloane stepped backward. Gavin forced a laugh. "You may own part of the center, but you were not there." Roman's face became calm. "I own all of it." The room fell silent. Brielle stared at him, but Roman kept his eyes on Gavin. "I also own the company that bought the land under the community gym," Roman continued. "I ordered the purchase." Brielle's face tightened. Sloane pointed at her. "You see? She received a building from him." Roman turned toward Sloane. "She did not know. You expect us to believe that?" "I do not need you to believe it. I have proof." Cedric connected the laptop to the large screen. Roman looked toward the hotel worker. "Play the full recording." The edited video disappeared. A new image appeared on the screen. It showed the shopping center from a wide camera above the fruit stand. The time and date were clear in the corner. Everyone watched. Mabel walked slowly through the crowd with her basket. Sloane approached from the other direction. The walkway was wide enough for both of them, but Sloane refused to move. On the screen, Mabel stepped aside. Sloane moved toward her again. The guests began whispering. The video had no sound, but it showed Sloane striking the basket with her silver handbag. The glass jar flew into the air, and Mabel lost her balance. Brielle rushed forward and caught them both. Someone near the front table gasped. Sloane looked at the screen, then at Roman. "That angle is misleading." Roman did not answer. The video continued. Sloane pointed at her shoe and shouted. Mabel tried to explain. Gavin arrived and spoke to Sloane first. He never asked Mabel what happened. Then Hector grabbed Mabel's weak arm. Mabel pulled back. The guard tightened his grip. On the stage, Mabel touched the dark mark beneath the sleeve of her dress. Brielle watched herself step forward on the screen and hold Hector's wrist. She did not strike him. She did not push him. She simply stopped him. The full recording continued until Sloane threw money at Brielle's feet. It showed Brielle refusing it. It showed witnesses speaking up. It showed Brielle gathering Mabel's things and helping her leave. The screen went black. Nobody clapped. Nobody spoke. Roman faced Sloane. Which part was misleading? Sloane gripped the microphone. She touched my shoe. She did not, Roman said. She came too close. The camera shows you moving toward her. She should not have been there dressed like that. A shocked sound moved through the guests. Mabel's eyes became hard. Say it again. Sloane looked at her. I did not mean. Say what you meant, Mabel demanded. Tell this room why my dress gave you the right to push me. Sloane's face became pale. I was upset. You were cruel, Mabel said. Sloane turned toward Roman. My father has worked with your companies for years. Roman nodded. That is true. He will not accept this treatment. What treatment? You are attacking me in public. Roman's voice remained calm. The truth is not an attack. Sloane looked around for support, but even her friends avoided her eyes. Gavin stepped toward Roman. Mr. Davenport, I made a mistake. Roman faced him. You watched the full event happen. The walkway was crowded. You saw Sloane push my mother. I did not see it clearly. You watched the center recording before you edited it. Gavin froze. Roman pointed toward the screen. My office received a copy of every file change. Your worker account opened the video at 7:16 that evening. The first part was removed 12 minutes later. Gavin began to sweat. Sloane pressured me. Sloane turned on him. You agreed. I was afraid of your father. You said Roman would never find out. Gavin's eyes widened when he realized what he had admitted. Roman stepped closer. You blamed an old woman because you feared a rich family. Then you damaged an innocent woman's name to save your job. Gavin lowered his head. I am sorry. Brielle looked at him. Are you sorry because you lied or because everyone knows? Gavin could not answer. Roman turned toward the ballroom doors. Hector Dean is outside. Sloane shook her head. This has gone far enough. No, Brielle said. He helped create the lie. He should speak too. Roman nodded to Cedric. A moment later, Hector entered with two men beside him. He was not wearing his security uniform. He looked nervous as he approached the stage. Roman faced him. Did Brielle attack you? Hector looked at Gavin. Answer me, Roman said. Hector swallowed. No. The word moved through the hall like a sudden wind. Roman continued. Did Mabel ask you to release her arm? Yes. Did she tell you her shoulder was weak? Yes. And what did you do? Hector looked toward the floor. I held her more tightly. Mabel's hand began to shake. Brielle immediately moved beside her. Roman's voice became colder. Why? Mr. Price told me to remove her. Gavin quickly said, I did not tell you to hurt her. You told me to get both women out, Hector replied. You could have used care. You were shouting at me to move faster. Gavin stared at him. Hector looked at Brielle. She did not hurt me. She only stopped my hand. The edited video was a lie. Brielle held Mabel steady. Why did you stay silent? She asked. I needed the job. So did I. Hector's face fell. I know. No, you know now, Brielle said. You did not care when the lie cost me my work. I was afraid. Brielle's voice softened, but the pain remained. Fear explains why you were silent. It does not repair what your silence did. Hector nodded slowly. You are right. Roman took the microphone from the stand. Gavin Price, you are removed from your position at Silvercrest Shopping Center. Gavin looked up. Please, Mr. Davenport. I have a family. So does Brielle. So do the workers whose names you would destroy to protect yourself. Give me another chance. You had many chances. You could have listened to my mother. You could have stopped the guard. You could have refused to edit the video. You chose wrongly each time. Gavin's shoulders dropped. Roman turned toward Hector. You are also removed from security duty. Hector nodded as if he had expected it. However, because you admitted the truth here, your statement will be included in the full report. The police will decide what happens next concerning Mabel's injury. Hector looked at Mabel. I am sorry, ma'am. Mabel studied him. I hope losing your uniform teaches you that it was never the thing that made you strong. Hector lowered his head. Roman then faced Sloane. You are banned from Silver Crest Shopping Center and every private event held in a Davenport property. Sloane stared at him. You cannot do that. I just did. My father will pull every contract. Roman's face did not change. Your father's company will be reviewed tomorrow morning. If any contract depends on fear, lies, or special treatment, it will end. Sloane's mouth fell open. You would risk millions because of one old woman? Roman looked at Mabel, then at Brielle. No, I would risk millions to stop people like you from believing money places them above everyone else. Sloane dropped the microphone onto the stage and walked away. The crowd opened a path, but nobody followed her. Roman looked toward the reporters. The complete video will be released tonight. The false claim against Brielle Lawson will be corrected publicly. Silvercrest will also pay for the harm caused by its workers and management. Brielle's eyes remained on him. You cannot repair everything with a public statement. I know. You cannot hide behind your money either. I know that now. Mabel looked between them but said nothing. Roman turned back toward the guests. My name opened doors for Sloane. It made Gavin afraid. It made workers believe some customers mattered more than others. That happened inside a building I owned, so the failure is also mine. The room remained silent. Roman lowered the microphone. Sloane had lost her power in the hall. Gavin had lost his position. Hector had admitted the truth, and Brielle's name had finally been cleared. But as Roman faced the woman he had deceived, he knew the hardest judgment in the room had not yet been given. The reporters moved closer to the stage. Cameras flashed around Brielle, Roman, and Mabel. Guests began whispering again, but Brielle barely heard them. Her eyes stayed on Roman. You knew everything, she said. Roman did not try to defend himself. Yes. You knew who owned the shopping center. Yes. You knew who bought the gym. Yes. You stood in that field wearing old clothes while I told you I was afraid of losing my home. Roman lowered his voice. I wanted to help without making you feel small. Brielle shook her head. You decided what I should feel before giving me a chance to feel it. I was wrong. You asked me questions about honesty. I know. You watched me struggle for work. I know. You could have told me the truth at any time. Roman looked around the room. I should have. Brielle's voice became firmer. But you did not. No. Mabel stepped between them carefully. Brielle, Roman made a bad choice, but he did not mean to hurt you. Brielle looked at her. I believe that. Roman seemed surprised. Brielle continued. That does not mean he did not hurt me. Mabel slowly nodded. You are right. Roman took one step closer, then stopped when Brielle raised her hand. Not here, she said. What? I will not have this talk while people stare at us like we are part of their dinner. Roman turned toward Cedric. Clear the room. Several guests gasped. Brielle looked at him sharply. You cannot order everyone out of a charity event. It is my hotel. That is exactly the problem. Roman's face tightened. Brielle handed the microphone to Cedric. We will speak somewhere private, but the event should continue. The children should not lose their night because rich adults behaved badly. Roman nodded. All right. He asked one of the hotel workers to lead them to a small meeting room behind the ballroom. Mabel walked beside Brielle while Roman followed several steps behind. Felix tried to come with them, but Brielle touched his arm. I will be fine. Are you sure? No, she admitted. But I need to handle this myself. Felix nodded and returned to the ballroom. Inside the meeting room, Roman closed the door. The noise from the gala became distant. Brielle stood near the table with her arms folded. Mabel sat in a chair, but Roman remained standing. For several seconds, nobody spoke. Then Roman said, "I am sorry." Brielle looked at him. "For which part?" "For hiding my name. And for buying the gym without speaking to you. And," Roman took a breath, "for allowing you to trust a version of me that was not complete." Brielle's eyes became wet, but her voice remained steady. "You let me speak to you like you were an ordinary man. I am a man. You know what I mean?" "Yes." "You listened while I worried about rent. You asked me why I worked for free. You watched me carry boxes while you could have paid 100 people to do it. I did not pity you. It felt like a test." Roman's face changed. "That was never my plan. But you were studying me. I wanted to know why you helped my mother. Because she needed help. I know that now. You should have believed it when she told you." Roman looked at Mabel. "She said the same thing." Mabel gave him a tired look. "I said many things. You listened to only half of them." Roman turned back to Brielle. "I cannot change what I did, but I can repair some of the harm." Brielle's mouth tightened. "How?" Roman pulled out a chair but did not sit. "I will pay you for every month of work you lost." "No." He paused. "I will give you a new position in one of my companies." "No. You have not heard the position." "I do not need to. You could lead a national fitness program. You would have your own office, workers, and a large salary." Brielle shook her head. "No." Roman's voice became more urgent. "Then let me buy you a house." Mabel closed her eyes. Brielle stared at Roman as if he had proved her worst fear. "A house? You said your rent was late. So you listened to every painful thing I told you and kept a list of what money could fix. That is not fair." "No, Roman. What was not fair was hiding your wealth while asking me to explain my struggle. I am trying to make this right. You are trying to make the bad feeling disappear." Roman struck the back of the chair with his hand. "What do you expect me to do? I have the power to help you. Am I supposed to stand aside while you struggle? I expect you to ask what I need. I am asking now." "No. You are offering what makes sense to you." Roman became silent. Brielle stepped closer. "You offer money because money obeys you. You offer jobs because your companies obey you. You offer a house because buying one is easy for you. None of this is easy. It is easier than listening." Roman looked at her for a long moment. Then he slowly sat down. "All right." Brielle waited. He placed both hands on the table. "What do you need?" The anger in her face did not disappear, but it softened slightly. "I need you to stop seeing me as one problem to solve." Roman nodded. "What else?" "I need the full video sent to every place that shared the edited one. It will be. I need a public statement saying the gym did not ask for the land. I can do that. I need Warren to understand that accepting help does not mean he owes your company anything. He will receive a clear agreement." Brielle pulled out the chair across from him and sat. "That is not all. I am listening." She looked through the glass wall toward the hotel workers moving in the hall. What happened to Mabel did not happen only because Sloane was cruel. Roman leaned forward. "What do you mean?" "It happened because workers thought a rich customer mattered more than an old woman." Roman nodded slowly. "The manager feared Sloane's family, and the guard obeyed a bad order because he needed his job. That does not excuse him. I did not say it did, but firing 3 people will not change the whole system." Roman studied her face. "What would change it?" "Rules that protect workers when they speak up." Cedric, who had been standing near the door, began taking notes. Brielle continued, "A cleaner should be able to report a manager. A guard should be able to refuse a cruel order. A young worker should not lose his job because he tells the truth about a rich customer." Roman looked toward Cedric. "Can that be done?" Cedric nodded. "Yes, sir. It would require new reporting lines and outside reviews." "Do it." Brielle raised one hand. "I am not finished." Roman almost smiled. "I thought you might not be." She pointed toward the ballroom. "Older customers need help desks in your large buildings. Some cannot read small signs. Some cannot walk far. Some are treated like trouble because they move slowly. Mabel watched her with pride. Roman asked, "What should the help desks provide? Chairs, water, workers trained to speak with patience, and someone who can guide people to the right place." Cedric kept writing. Brielle continued, "Security workers should also be trained to use care before force. They should not grab an old person just because a manager says move them." Roman's face became serious. "That will happen in every Davenport property. And people who look poor should not be followed around stores as if they are thieves." Roman looked down. "I did not know that happened so often." "It happens because people like you enter through private doors." The words hurt, but Roman accepted them. "You are right." Brielle looked at him carefully. "I also want the community gym protected." "It is already protected." For 1 year, Roman waited. "I want more than free rent," she said. "The roof leaks. 2 machines are broken. The children need safe mats. The older women need better chairs. I can rebuild the entire place. With the community involved." Roman frowned. "Why?" "Because it belongs to them in every way that matters. Do not arrive with workers and turn it into something shiny that they no longer recognize." "What do you suggest?" "Meet the parents, sellers, coaches, and older people. Ask what they need. Let them help choose the changes." Roman nodded slowly. "And you? What about me? What position do you want?" Brielle sat back. "None. You should lead the project. I will help, but I do not want a job handed to me because I protected your mother." Roman's voice softened. "You would not receive it because of that. You are already leading people. Then let me prove I can do it through my work. You have already proved it to me. This is not about proving it to you." Roman fell silent again. Mabel reached across the table and placed her hand over Brielle's. "Then what can Roman give you?" Brielle looked first at Mabel, then at Roman. "His word." Roman sat straighter. "My word about what?" "That these changes will not disappear when people stop watching." Roman held her gaze. "You have it. That is easy to say tonight. Then judge me by what I do tomorrow." Brielle nodded. "I will." Roman looked almost surprised. "You will give me that chance?" "I will give you a chance to fix the system. And us." Brielle's face became guarded. "There is no us to fix." Roman looked down. She continued more gently. "Trust does not return because someone says sorry. I know. It comes back slowly. I can wait." Brielle stood. "Do not promise things you cannot control." Roman rose too. "I can control whether I tell you the truth from now on." She studied him for several seconds. "That would be a good start." Mabel smiled quietly. Roman had entered the room ready to give Brielle money, a house, and a powerful job. She had refused every gift. The only things she asked for were safer workers, respect for older people, fair treatment for the poor, and a secure future for the community gym. As Brielle opened the door and returned to the gala, Roman finally understood what made her different. Even when she was offered everything, she asked for nothing that belonged only to her. As Brielle opened the door and returned to the gala, Roman finally understood what made her different. Even when she was offered everything, she asked for nothing that belonged only to her. The next morning, Roman arrived at Silver Crest Shopping Center before the doors opened. He did not use the private entrance. He walked through the main glass doors with Cedric beside him. Every manager, guard, cleaner, and shop owner had been called to the large hall near the entrance. Warren, Felix, Brielle, and several members of the community gym were also there. Roman stood in front of them without a stage or a microphone. "I failed inside this building," he said. One manager looked confused. "Sir, you were not present when the event happened." Roman faced him. "I owned the building. I chose the people who controlled it. I allowed a system where money spoke louder than truth. That makes it my failure too." Brielle stood near Mabel and watched him carefully. Roman continued, "From today, no worker will lose a job for reporting cruel or unsafe behavior. Complaints against managers will be reviewed by a separate team. Security workers will receive new training, and every older customer will be offered help when needed. A shop owner raised his hand. Will these rules also protect workers when a wealthy customer becomes angry? Yes, Roman answered. What if that customer threatens to leave? Let them leave. Several people exchanged surprised looks. Roman's voice remained firm. No sale is worth more than a person's safety. He turned toward Cedric. Read the other changes. Cedric opened a folder. Help desks will be placed near every entrance. They will have chairs, water, large signs, and trained workers. Anyone who reports unfair treatment may speak without giving their name. Stores that follow poor customers without reason will face punishment. A cleaner near the back slowly raised her hand. Does that include cleaners? Roman looked directly at her. It includes everyone. Even if the person we report is a senior manager? Especially then. The cleaner lowered her hand, but Brielle saw hope appear on her face. Roman then faced Brielle. You told me to prove my word through my actions. Brielle nodded. This is the first action, he said. Not the last. I will be watching. I expected that. Mabel smiled. After the meeting, Roman walked with Brielle toward the fruit stand where they had first heard her name spoken in the video. Workers were replacing the old security camera. Roman stopped. The full recording has now been sent to every news page that shared the false one. Did they correct the story? Most have. And the ones that did not? They received legal warnings. Brielle gave him a serious look. Do not threaten every person who says something you dislike. They did not say something I disliked. They shared a lie that damaged your name. I know, but people should correct the story because it is right, not only because they fear you. Roman nodded slowly. You are right. Brielle raised an eyebrow. You agreed quickly. I am learning. You have a long way to go. I know. The community gym remained open while Roman's team met with the people who used it. He kept his promise. He did not arrive with finished plans. He sat on an old chair while parents, sellers, children, trainers, and older women spoke. Helen pointed at the roof. When it rains, water falls on my head. Roman looked up. Then the roof comes first. A young boy raised his hand. We need a small football area. An older woman shook her head. No balls near my exercise chair. The boy frowned. We will not kick the ball at you. You kicked one into my soup last month. That was an accident. Brielle laughed. We can place the football area behind the building. Roman wrote it down. Warren asked for new exercise machines, while Felix asked for a room where injured workers could receive simple care. Brielle requested a kitchen that could provide food for children after school. Roman looked at her. A kitchen inside a fitness center? Hungry children cannot exercise well. That makes sense. It usually does when you listen. Roman smiled. The rebuilding took several months. The old walls were repaired instead of being pulled down. The people chose the paint, the rooms, and the new name. East Market Community Center. It had a gym, a small clinic room, classrooms, a kitchen, and a safe yard where children could play. Roman wanted Brielle to lead it, but she refused when he first asked. I told you I would not accept a position because of your family. You are not being chosen because of my family. Then prove it. Roman formed a group of community members to choose the leader. Brielle completed an application, answered questions, and presented her plans beside for other people. During her interview, Warren asked, Why should we choose you? Brielle looked around the room. Do not choose me because I fought a guard. Do not choose me because Roman knows my name. Choose me only if you believe I will protect this center and the people inside it. Helen smiled. What will you do when Roman tries to control everything? Roman sat at the back and folded his arms. Brielle looked directly at him. I will remind him that having the most money does not mean having the best idea. Everyone laughed, including Roman. The group chose Brielle without one person voting against her. On the day the center opened, children ran through the doors. Older women tested the new chairs. Workers from the market visited the clinic room, while Warren stood in the new gym with tears in his eyes. Brielle walked beside him. "You did not lose it," she said. "We almost did. But you stayed. Because you refused to let me pack." Felix joined them. "And because Roman bought the land." Brielle looked across the room. Roman was helping a child adjust the seat on an exercise bicycle. "He did more than buy it," she said. "He learned to listen." Trust did not return between Brielle and Roman in one day. Roman stopped hiding things. When he wanted to help, he asked first. When Brielle said no, he listened instead of using another company to do it secretly. They spent time together at the center. Roman helped children with schoolwork, though he was terrible at drawing. Brielle attended meetings at his offices and asked questions his managers were too frightened to ask. One evening, they sat outside the center after everyone had left. Roman held 2 cups of tea. "I asked before buying this," he said. Brielle accepted 1 cup. "That is progress. I also told you where it came from. Even better." He sat beside her. "Do you still think I am only a rich man trying to solve problems?" "No." Roman looked hopeful. "I now think you are a stubborn rich man learning not to solve every problem alone." "I will accept that." Brielle smiled. Roman became serious. "I care about you." Her smile slowly faded. "I know. I do not expect an answer tonight. That is also progress. I can wait." Brielle looked at him. "You waited through many angry talks. I deserved them." "Yes, you did." Roman laughed. Brielle placed her hand over his. "I care about you too, but I care about the man you are becoming, not the name you were hiding." Roman turned his hand and held hers. "That is the only man I want you to know." A year after the day inside Silvercrest, Mabel invited Brielle to her birthday celebration. She claimed it would be a small dinner. When Brielle arrived at the shopping center, she found workers, children, market sellers, gym members, and older women standing inside the main hall. Brielle looked at Mabel. "You said this was small. It is smaller than Roman wanted." Roman walked toward them in a simple dark suit. "No guards?" Brielle asked. "They are far away. Very far." Mabel smiled. "I checked." Music began and the children brought out a large birthday cake. Mabel cut it while everyone sang. After the food was shared, Roman led Brielle toward the fruit stand. She stopped when she saw a small basket placed on the floor. Inside it was a glass jar, a loaf of bread, and a folded blue cloth like the dress Mabel had worn that day. Brielle looked at Roman. "What is this? A reminder of the worst day in your mother's shopping life?" Mabel called from behind them. "It became better when you arrived." Roman took Brielle's hands. The hall became quiet. "When my mother first told me your name, I wanted to reward you," he said. "Then I met you and learned that kindness cannot be bought." Brielle's eyes filled with tears. Roman continued. "You stood beside my mother when you believed she had no power. You stood against me when I used mine badly. You made my businesses better, my family stronger, and my life more honest." He lowered himself onto one knee. Brielle covered her mouth. Roman opened a small box, revealing a simple ring. "I am not asking you because you saved my mother," he said. "I am asking because I love the woman who taught me a different kind of strength. Brielle Lawson, will you marry me?" Brielle looked at Mabel. The old woman stood with both hands resting on her cane, smiling proudly. Then Brielle looked down at Roman. "Yes," she said, "but we make every important decision together." Roman laughed through his tears. "That sounds fair. It is not a suggestion." "I know." He placed the ring on her finger and stood. Brielle wrapped her strong arms around him as the hall filled with cheers. Mabel watched them from the same place where people had once ignored her. The woman who had protected her when everyone else stayed silent was no longer a stranger walking her home. She was going to become her daughter,